So another thing that might help you pick up on whether or not senior leadership dysfunction is interfering with the pace or the success with change initiatives is related to decision-making rights and responsibilities. And what I mean by that is who owns decisions, who gets to make decisions. And so in some organizations, there can be a real burdensome bureaucracy. And again, usually who's kind of the oversighter of that bureaucracy is senior leadership. And so if decisions aren't made at the lowest possible level with the lowest amount of bureaucracy, paperwork, and drama, right? If decisions can't be owned and made at that level and everything has to go up the chain, it's going to be slow and it's going to be burdensome. There was an organization that we worked with where we were working with an employee-driven team, and we've worked with teams all across multiple organizations, dozens of them, and there's a work plan where each quarter there's certain work that the team needs to get done. And we've worked with dozens of organizations, and for this specific team, this body of work can get accomplished in one quarter. But in that organization, it took 3 quarters to get it done. And so when we were trying to uncover like what's getting in their way for them to get this work done as an employee-driven team that was working to improve the employee experience, what we realized was they had a burdensome bureaucracy. And so what I mean by that is in other organizations, if the team made a recommendation that we're going to go with this idea, we're going to put it in place, it might have to go one level up for approval to get approval to go. Or maybe because their team was empowered by senior leadership that they actually had permission as soon as they made that recommendation to go with it, right? And so in this case, that was not how the bureaucracy and empowerment of teams worked. In fact, this one team had to get approval by 20 different committees, up and into including their board of trustees, to be able to implement some very, minute changes really in their organization. One of the employees on that team said, everything is harder than it has to be. And certainly you can imagine that those types of efforts might be totally disrailed. Individuals on them leave the teams out of frustration, or the team just dissolve out of complete frustration.